Hey guys, Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today we are going to talk about the PIKKON situation, PIKKON Gogeta, my thoughts on what was revealed on the Jump Festa production last night. So I did post a video of the animations, so very quickly I have brought this up here. This is the main thing that we're going to be talking about. Oh god, the quality is awful. Let me just make it smaller again. The quality is not important. I posted the video already, so let's go all the way back here. So PIKKON, his partner super attack, features Gogeta. Gogeta comes in and PIKKON joins in with the attack, which I remember Goresh saying on the stream is hilarious because PIKKON joining in an attack with Gogeta is like being hit by a truck and then being hit by a paper plane directly afterwards, which I think is a pretty hilarious analogy. But we're going to talk about it and how I feel about it. So this is the wrong PIKKON page. So PIKKON, not exactly super represented in Dokkan. He has a super strike unit. He has a tech unit, and then obviously on JP it's in, and on global it's STR. The STR one was pretty decent when he first came out because he was originally a global first, and when he came out on global he was the first non-Saiyan unit to have prepared for battle, and I think he possibly still is. And then when those units were released later on JP, he was changed to Int, and he lost prepared for battle and picked up Supreme Warrior. So really weird that they did that only for global and not for JP. But obviously PIKKON definitely not very well represented. Super PIKKON from Dragon Ball Heroes is one of the Dragon Ball Heroes cards. Funnily enough, one of the ones that I don't have because he was never featured on a banner on global, and so obviously being stuck in the unfeatured pool makes him incredibly difficult to actually pull on those heroes banners. So PIKKON and Gogeta. So this is the main thing that everybody's talking about, is the this angle that basically it's just a Gogeta card, right? They've just snuck out a new Gogeta card, but they've called it PIKKON. Because if it's anything like the LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, on any team that you build this guy on, you're probably going to be getting his partner super all the time. Because obviously Vegeta is an LR, so you have to have a Buu Saga Goku, but you also have to get his 18 key super. Whereas the new PIKKON is going to be a TUR, so he's not going to have an 18 key super. So you're only going to have to fulfill his partner super condition, and then his super attack will become the partner super, and I imagine it will probably be fairly easy to activate that. So chances are you are going to be seeing that every single turn, and we're not going to see his without Gogeta super attack, which he obviously does have, but they didn't show off on the Jump Festa thing. Just going to show that they know the only thing that people care about, I guess, is the one that has Gogeta in it. And so I don't know what everybody else's opinions are out there. I know Goresh is not particularly happy with this, the fact that they are essentially just using PIKKON as a vehicle to release a new Gogeta, because obviously Dokkan just keeps pushing out fusions, and there's a couple of reasons behind this. Obviously pushing out fusions is what makes money, right? Like Gogeta and Vegito, they sell. The game gets top grossing when new versions of those cards come out, so in a way you can't really blame them for doing that. And like, we've all posted memes about it in the last couple of days. Like, people complain about getting too many Saiyans or too many fusions, but then when a unit like Android 13 comes out, for example last year, everybody's just like, why did they make a Dokkan Fest Android 13? And then nobody summons, we don't get top grossing, and then that sends the message to Akatsuki that that isn't what people want, right? So obviously it completely differs, and there are people in the fan base who are sick and tired of fusions and Saiyans all the time. But Akatsuki is a business, they have to go where the money is. And honestly, to me, like, the point of this video, what I think about this whole situation, I honestly don't think that this is that bad. It seemed very unlikely that we would probably ever get a Dokkan Fest PIKKON who was good. Because I mean, like, these older ones are super outdated now. Like the STR one or Imp one on JP were good when they came out, but not so much now. There's very few teams you can even run them on in the first place. If we have a quick look at his categories, he's on Worthy Rivals, which is a team that no one really runs. Same for Otherworld Warriors. Saviors, obviously Gohan's team is very good, but with the split with Hybrid Saiyans, you can just have so many other better options than this guy. And then Battle of Wits is literally the, you know, like the full Vegito team with a lot of other very powerful units. So I feel like this guy doesn't really get a look in on that team either. And then, of course, this guy is the same. Now, of course, the new PIKKON is going to have movie heroes because he is very specifically the PIKKON from the movie since Gogeta is in the animation. So that does give him another decent category and obviously going to make it easy to run him alongside a Gogeta or an Angel Goku or whatever it is the restriction is going to be. Because obviously in the animation, or at least in the start of the animation, Goku and Vegeta aren't fused. So a lot of people are saying that his partner Super is with Gogeta, like you need a Gogeta unit on the team. I feel like it might be an Angel Goku or an Angel Vegeta. I don't think they'll make it both, but then of course all the cards that are like Angel Goku and Vegeta, they will count as well. But yeah, I think that's it's going to be good for his teams. What's good about this is the PIKKON himself, the actual card, right? I imagine he's going to be pretty good. But unfortunately, as we saw with units like Android 13, it doesn't really matter if the card is good, unless it's like the best unit in the game. There's always going to be a lot of people that just don't care about the character, so they don't care about summoning. I've talked about this a lot when we talk about like should you summon on certain banners. There is a section of the fan base who, regardless of how good the card is in the game, will only summon for a unit if they actually like the character. And so obviously PIKKON is probably pretty low on the excitement scale for a lot of people. So it makes sense for Akatsuki to basically just throw Gogeta into the super attack animation, make the I think the animation's cool. I've seen a lot of people complaining about it. I know it's not like the best one in comparison to some of the ones that we've had recently, but I think it's really cool. So you throw him in there, make the animation look cool. Obviously, we'll find out fairly soon what his condition is going to be. I imagine, like I said, it's going to be super, super easy. Because that's another selling point. Is then people will be like, oh, awesome. I can see this animation with Gogeta basically every time that he super attacks. And so, yeah, I imagine there will be people out there who will summon for this guy only because he has a cool super attack animation that has Gogeta in it. But at the end of the day, I don't see that as a bad thing. Like, I feel like any other time, if we got a Dokkan Fest PIKKON, no one would really care. And it seems like what they want to do is they've obviously made this New Year celebration Fusion Reborn themed because we're getting the new Janemba. We're getting a story event with a farmable Veku who I think awakens into a free-to-play Gogeta. So obviously a lot of people, your initial thought would be, well, why isn't the dual Dokkan Fest Janemba and Gogeta again? And I think the thing is, with the Vegito that came out during the worldwide celebration, Dokkan wants the next Gogeta to basically be the mirror image of that. So it will be a Goku and Vegeta who fuse into Gogeta. Obviously, he's going to probably have some pretty insane animations taken directly from the movie. But he will be an LR. And for the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest, they've only ever done TURs. Now, obviously, they could have changed it up, but we've talked about this before as well. But I feel like they're releasing a lot more LRs now than they used to. So the New Year Dual Dokkan Fest staying TURs, I think, is a good thing. So then who else do you release alongside Janemba? You could do another Angel Goku or an Angel Vegeta or some combination of the two that doesn't fuse, although I feel like people would be a little bit disappointed by that. But I feel like that's the perfect place to put in a new PIKKON. Like, I know a lot of people were shocked because not only is he now a Dokkan Fest PIKKON, but he's part of a dual Dokkan Fest celebration, which is normally reserved for characters that have a bit more of a level of hype. I've always thought PIKKON was kind of cool. Like, he doesn't really do a lot in the movie, unfortunately. And obviously in the filler for Dragon Ball Z, they make him out to be pretty good, like almost on par with Goku at the time. But all of that is like filler stuff, not from the manga. So PIKKON, in the grand scheme of things, is not a very big or important character. But I always thought he was kind of cool. And so, yeah, I feel like that's why they've done this, right? They needed the super type unit to go opposite Janemba. They didn't want to use Gogeta because they want him to be an upcoming LR. So now was the perfect time for them to release a new PIKKON who is actually good, because all of these guys are super outdated. No one really ever uses these. Shout out to my boy Jinro. I watched a video of him using this PIKKON and the STR Super PIKKON at level 10 links. And yeah, even then, at their full maximum power, they are very, very outdated. So it's about time we got a new PIKKON. And to be honest, if they want to use GOGETA as like almost like a marketing tool, I guess, to get people hyped to summon for PIKKON, I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. Because obviously, we want the game to do well, we want the banners to make money, and then the game will continue. So, for me, if you're going to make a new PIKKON, which I think we should have decent level characters for most of the characters in Dragon Ball, it would be nice to have a PIKKON that's actually usable. And yeah, I think it's a good way of sort of marketing him by appealing to people who are big fans of GOGETA, who, like I say, may only summon for this guy because he's in the super attack animation. And this is an interesting way going forward that they could try and hype up less hype characters by basically just including more hype characters in the card or the super attack animation. So I'd be interested to know what you guys think. Obviously, I'm not saying that this is an amazing strategy and it's the best thing they could have done, but I've seen a lot of people memeing, a lot of people don't like it, and I would say I think it's alright. I definitely fall more towards the liking it than not liking it, but I would probably still put myself in the middle somewhere. So I'm interested to know what you guys think of this scenario. If you're on JP, are you excited to summon for this PIKKON? Does the GOGETA being involved affect that at all? And then obviously if you're on Global, what are your thoughts? Because we won't get this until sort of the early part of next year. I think he looks pretty cool. Obviously, we have to see what the card does, but overall, I think it's a very interesting avenue that Dokkan can now be taking with these new units. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord. Feel free to join in the fun over there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.